Hello, everybody. I'm Don Counts. Welcome into Fayetteville Public Utilities. Today, we're here with our CEO, General Manager, as we talk to Britt Dye every month and find out what's happening here at Fayetteville Public Utilities. And Britt, summer is here.
Summer is here. By the weekend, it'll really be here.
Yeah, we have an excessive heat watch this week, and that causes more electricity to be used, and also we also have to take care of our employees as well.
That's correct, and that's what we try to do. You know, with the 410s that we're working as well, the days get longer, they get hotter, and but they know what they got to do to take care of themselves.
That's right, and we just want to try to tell everybody to just be careful out there, and that's what we tell. You tell all the guys every day to be careful, and so just going to try our best to make it through the summer.
That's right.
All right. One thing that we're working on that you keep in track with every day, and that's the broadband grant. What's the latest update?
Well, we're expanding in several areas of the county, up around the north and northeast part of the county, then back around to the south, and they're making a lot of progress, getting a lot of fiber pulled in. We're way out the highway on going toward Shelbyville as well, and up toward Flintville a little bit, then Quarters Crossroads a little bit. So as we get the fiber count that's needed to build in those areas, that's what we're building.
When we started working on having internet here at Fayetteville Public Utilities, I guess some 20 years ago, maybe more than that now, I think one of the biggest things is it was probably hard to imagine the possibility of having internet to basically almost every household in the county.
Well, that's what we're trying to do with the grant funds that we're receiving, and which helps out a lot for us to be able to construct and build the infrastructure. But at the same time, the state's really pushing for every home to have internet service.
Yeah, and I've been hearing more grant money still coming down.
That is correct.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about tree trimming. That's a big thing that we have taken in-house, doing all of the tree trimming. At one time, we had contractors doing that, and now we move forward to we have all the equipment and the staff and everybody out doing that. You have control of that. So the tree trimming program really helps us out during storms and things like that.
It does, and we're trying to go after it very aggressively, and you got to have common courtesy for the property owners, because you have trouble trimming right of ways, but we got to cut them to keep the power on, and that's what it takes. We try to clean up the best that we can to make it look good for the customers, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
Well, as we move forward into electrical safety with children, we want to remind people and parents and grandparents some important lessons we've been working with this year. We started back with Louis the Lightning Bug back in schools. That was kind of fun, and these kids remember when lines are down, don't hang around, and all the things that we teach, and we hope to continue that. I know that's your goal, to do more of that kind of stuff in the future.
We are. We're getting out more and teach the kids about safety as well as adults about safety and how dangerous it can be when it comes to the electric. But, all the utilities is actually dangerous one way or another. It's just different. Yeah. But they're all very dangerous, dealing with the gas, water, and sewer, and the electric and telecom too.
That's right. Well, you've done some you've met with Kiwanis here at Fayetteville Public Utilities. It's not long. You're going to be meeting with Rotary here, trying to get our word out to the public. That's something that you've been pushing to do, and we've been lucky to be able to do some of that.
Well, since the pandemic, has been pushed back, we're out more. We're entertaining people to come by to listen to us, see what we got to say, and tell you how we operate. That's what my goal is as far as meeting with the civic groups, and we got some more we got to meet with, and we're going to go in that direction, see if we can reach out to everybody, and then we're going to start and seeing what all the incentives that we can push out to your large industry as well as your large commercial customers.
Absolutely. One thing, as me and you drive down the road, we see quite a lot of construction going on. We see a lot of our guys on the side of the road. We want to ask everybody to please move over when you see any kind of activity on the side of the road, especially our guys. We ask everybody just to try to slow down at least.
Yeah, we try, and they got the move over law, and you can get in trouble if you don't move over and something happens. And we put the signs out, we put the cones out, and really where it's bad times, we try to put the flagman out with stop signs and slow signs and those kinds of things. But sometimes, people just don't pay attention, and they'll run straight through it.
we got to see a pretty, probably one of the largest move overs layouts that I've seen, and that was when we had that water leak over there on off Mulberry Avenue, right there in front of Whiskey Creek, right there. We had to move everybody over. Had, I don't know, probably 100 cones out, it seemed like, and sometimes people just get confused. But if they just slow down, that would help a whole lot, and be careful as they go through there, because our guys are literally feet away from people driving by.
Right, and you know the men did a great job that day of setting all the traffic zones up that we needed, and also had some flagmen during the points of time that we needed them out there. So you know, it's bad enough doing your job, but you don't want to have to look out for traffic too.
Yeah, it's bad today, and even in as back when you worked out in the field, you know what it's like to be that far or be a foot away from cars driving by, and as your workers get into the zone of what they're doing, trying to get their job done, they kind of take that out of their mind. And like myself, when I'm there, I'm like going, goodness, that car is awful close, but they're so focused on their job that they don't let it seem to bother them as much as it would me.
Right. You know, when you're handling, like that day, you know, you're handling 20 foot of pipe, cast iron pipe and heavy, and you got many extras holding the line, plus another truck holding part of the pipe, and you're concentrating on what you have at hand. And you don't have time to be looking all around you, see what the traffic's doing. You're just hoping everybody's doing the right thing.
That's right. Just trusting on the people doing the right thing. That's right. Well, we opened up the program talking about the summer heat, but dealing with heat and humidity and the hotter temperatures. One thing people got to know, their air conditioners are going to be working harder. They might leave the thermostat setting the same, but it's your unit's going to be working harder, meaning higher bills.
That's what it's going to mean, because it's trying to make up the difference what it is on the inside to what it's compared to on the outside. And the hotter it is, and if you want to keep it cooler in the house, the more your unit's going to be working to keep you cool.
And we talk about energy saving tips, and some of them are just some common sense, but just minimize using water and different things at different times of day. Check the outside spigots to make sure you're not wasting in water. Water's one thing, but also heating and the cooling for sure. You want to be very careful about that. Keep your drapes closed and things like that. Pools and hot tubs. Some of those have some defective electrical situations there. That's something that we want to remind people to think about as well.
Right. Anything on the outside, especially where water's around, close, or any other time. Actually, don't have to be water, but you need to be safe in how you're doing everything as far as a hot tub, or if you're out in a swimming pool or anything like that.
That's why when we have these inspections, when people put in pools, to make sure that it's safe. That's number one. We want to make sure it's done.
That's
safely.
correct.
That's right. One thing you can do for high bills, low bills is budget billing. We talk about that from time to time, and you can take advantage of Fayetteville Public Utilities budget billing service. Utility costs, all you got to do is come by and we can set that up. And we actually talked a little bit about that when another place that we went was out the senior center. They seem the elderly seem to be very interested in budget billing. Yes,
it's a good way to budget bill. You know what we do to help those that need help, and it don't have to be seniors. You know, it can be anybody.
That's right.
That can come in and sign up for the budget billing process. But there's requirements, and just call in and talk with the CSR, and they can explain it to you. And it helps young folks just getting started. As well. So
that's true.
It's a good program.
That's a good point. One thing, too, is bank draft for people going on vacations this summer. If you have your FPU bill set up on bank draft, you don't have to worry about it. It'll just come right out of your account. That's another thing we do.
That's correct.
Our ladies in here, Nikki and Maggie, both just got off the Washington Youth Tour. That's a first time we've been back since the pandemic, and they had a safe trip back. We're proud to have them back, but we work with the Tennessee Electric Cooperative on that, and that's something we've been doing for a long, long time. However, I don't know how many years we missed because of the pandemic, but the FPU program, we carried Georgiana Atkins from RCA, Samantha Cagle from Lincoln County High School, and Maria Cruz Solis from Fayetteville High School, and that trip took place from June 16th to the 22nd. And again, they had a good trip, and a trip of a lifetime for those young people. Well, Britt, we're heading toward July 4th. It's hard to believe, but next Tuesday is July 4th. We will be closed that day.
Yes, we are closed on Tuesday, July the 4th, but we'll be working on Monday and the rest of the week after Tuesday. But we do have folks on call 24/7. So, if there's a problem that comes up or if you need assistance, just call into our dispatch center and they'll get somebody out to take care of the problem.
Yeah, we've got a good dispatch of folks as we can call in. They'll help you. If there's an outage, it's only one of them there, so sometimes that's very difficult for them, but they'll get to you as quick as they can. And most of the time they're working on getting crews in and then taking calls as well. So it's a good program. Well, anything else before we go, Britt?
No, I just appreciate everybody's patience. I know that, like I said, I know we've been cutting a lot of trees, and some folks get upset over that, but it's got to be done, and it's just common courtesy that we're supposed to call or knock on the door to let you know what we're doing and to get that line trimmed out, because if we don't, it's going to be a lot of outages and blinks and everything else, and we're trying to keep that from happening.
Absolutely. Well, we hope everybody has a safe and happy 4th of July. Britt, we'll be back in here next week. Seem like these months roll around pretty quick, and we'll have more information here from Fayetteville Public Utilities. All right. We've had our CEO, General Manager Britt Dye here with us today. I'm Don Counts. We'll see you back in here next month.